All right, I already shot the video, but I need to put in a preface because I failed to add something. This video is about the Wimberley gimbal, and I just assumed that everybody knows, the beauty of it and how it works. And that is, when you put long glass on your Wimberley, you can balance it so that completely unlocked, don't lock the pan or the tilt, you can put the camera in any position. You don't have to lock it. It'll hold steady no matter where you put it. Totally unlike a ball head. Say I got like this with my ball head. Now I got to reach up there and try to lock it and hold it still, and there's no way you can easily do that with a ball head. Your camera's, it's hard to control it while you're trying to lock it. With a with a Wimberley, you don't have to lock it. Put it here, put it there, put it there. Wherever you put it, it just stays put once you get it properly balanced. And I didn't discuss that in the video, but that applies to every device that I'm talking about in the video, which is binoculars, point and shoot, prime lens, camcorder. Same thing applies. Let's say you're out birding with your binoculars. You just get your bird in view, let go. You don't have to diddle around locking. Plus, you don't want to lock when you're on a bird anyway. You might have to move the binoculars a little bit, to follow your bird. So, I didn't discuss this aspect of the Wimberley because I assumed everybody who's looking at the video knows that this is how it works. But if you don't know this is how it works, this is why you want to get the thing. All right, photography and optics fans. If you think a Wimberley gimbal mount is just good for long telephoto glass, think again. This thing is fabulous for a lot of different things you can use it for. Like binoculars. This thing is rock steady. It's easy to pan and tilt. I mean, just as smooth as butter for panning and tilting. You would never get a better mounting platform for your binoculars than a Wimberley. It's superior to any other kind of head. A ball head. It might, I don't know, maybe a fluid head would be okay. But you never want to put your binoculars on a ball head after you put them on a Wimberley. You'll never do that again. How about a prime lens? Yeah, you can do it. A prime lens will fit right on there. No sweat. That's easy. You don't need to use any different kind of head for a prime lens. This works perfect. Now you might have to take the little stoppers out of your Arca Swiss plate to be able to move it back and forth to get it properly balanced. But it'll work. How about a camcorder? You could use it for a camcorder, yes. That's more fluid than any fluid head you're going to buy. And you can adjust the tension on the pan and the tilt easily to get exactly the motion you want. This is just as slick as it gets for a camcorder. So don't think you can only use your Wimberley for long glass. That's not right. I almost never use anything but this Wimberley. I've even got one of those high-dollar Acratech pan and tilt LLH, whatever it's called, which I think it's a cool piece of machinery. But I use this Wimberley 99% of the time. I've got a spotting scope I put on here. You just can't beat this thing. What about a point and shoot? Yeah, it works on a point and shoot. This old TG1 Olympus. No problem. It's fabulous. You can put anything on this Wimberley. You don't have to just restrict it to long glass. Not at all. Is it expensive? Yeah, it's expensive. 600 bucks more or less. You spend 600 bucks on photography equipment just thinking about it. You can buy all kinds of stuff that's not nearly as useful to you as this thing's going to be. And when you think about $600 spent across a lifetime of photography, that doesn't amount to anything. You spend a lot more than that just on a lens. So this thing's totally worth the money. You're going to find a lot of uses for it besides long glass. You'll never regret spending the money on this thing. I mean, you could buy a cheap knockoff for 150 bucks. So this is $450 more than that cheap knockoff. You spend $450 eating out in a month. So, don't think 600 bucks is too much. It's not. And this thing's going to last you for a lifetime, I'm sure. You're going to get a lot of use out of a Wimberley.